Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Today's Wednesday, and I'm going to be showing you guys some more opportunities and options that you have for your green screen and for your backgrounds for your stop motion movie. Now, as we met yesterday, we met with the guy from the Fort Myers Film Festival, and so I hope you guys got some good information out of that. And then the day before, we just touched base with the different ways that you can make stop motion with your Apple products or your desktop computer or your laptop using the supplies you have around your house and the supplies that we gave you. And I want to expand on that a little bit today. We went over 2D animation where you could draw pictures in order to illustrate your stop motion movie. We talked about clay and how grommet can be used for that. We talked about how we could use, like how Nightmare Before Christmas did theirs, piece by piece. Also Legos, and we looked at some videos on how you could use Legos for your stop motion movie. That's something that a lot of people have laying around at home. But today I want to go over what I have done with stop motion personally. And I'm not going to put my set together, but I do want to show you, instead of using a green screen, I elected to paint my own scene. And so I did design some props here. I made a volcano. So, and as you can see, I have erupted it a few times and used that in my film. This here, which is the smoke. And when you have your props, you know, if you want to make like clouds moving or smoke or whatever, what you can do is you can just take cotton, if you have like some cotton batting or any kind of like fuzzy, fluffy stuffing type stuff, and you can make it move around. Like you can adjust it. So for my smoke, like I'd take a picture with it down here. I'd take a picture with it like this. Take a picture with it like this. Take a picture with it like so. Just to give the illusion of movement of the smoke, or clouds if you were doing clouds. Okay, so it's very important to remember that each piece in your film, you're gonna have to move step by step, but we're not gonna get there quite yet. I do wanna show you though, this here, my background is not a technical green screen. It is like a painted set. So you have your little green screen boxes that we gave you. You can utilize these, but I elected to go bigger. So I just took 3 Amazon boxes. There you can see they're just Amazon boxes. I taped them, I spray painted it, and I spray painted the front on here, like so. Now you might think, well, that looks pretty stupid, Mr. Ward. But you have to remember, when you're doing your film, you're going to zoom in. So none of this unevenness will be in here. You don't want anything else to be in your background. So when you use your photos, because stop motion movies, you're just taking pictures, a series of pictures, and then you're going to make little changes so that it looks as though it's moving. So that's how we got our Nightmare Before Christmas movie. That's how we got our Walter and Gromit movie. And that's how stop motion works. It's just a series of pictures set up or slowed down in order to create a moving effect. So you can do that. Just like I said, get a box, and with any kind of box, you can spray paint it, you can paint it. The in-person camp kids, they took Amazon boxes and painted them for most of their scenes. Some of them did elect to do the green screen. But that's an option that you have. And so what I took was just some paper cloth. This is the water. The blue color is water. There's green in here for grass. Okay, and I'll show you some of my props here that I used. I used my volcano. If you want to do a volcano, or like mountains, if you want to build like a mountain background, all you need are some little 2-liter water bottles or smaller water bottles. You could even use like styrofoam balls or whatever you want to do to make your shape. So if you want to do rolling hills, you might use little plastic balls or styrofoam balls, different spherical objects in order to shape like hills or mountains. And you just take newspaper or tissue paper and you use Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can use glue and water, mix it up, and you lay your newspaper around that object to form it, and then you lay your Mod Podge on it, seal it, and then you can paint it however you want. So if you want to do mountains, or if you want to do a volcano, or if you want to make little islands, if you want to do like a ocean, like a Caribbean island scene, you might want to make your own little island, and then you can paint it, put little people on it, something like that. That's very easily doable with paper mache. This is paper mache technique that I used here. So again, if you don't have Mod Podge, which is like a glue, you can make your own Mod Podge, which is just simply glue and water. And you're just going to paint your newspaper, get it wet, let it dry, and then you can paint it, and it'll make this is hard. So if you've done this in elementary school, primary school a few years ago with volcanoes, that should be an easy way to make some of your set pieces if you want to go that route. Now I use waves. So to make waves, I use construction paper and just folded them up. And then so like when you're filming your movie, so you want to make your waves move, you just forward, back, forward, back. If you want it to have like a flood, you can keep going forward until you're over your grassy area. You can even crunch it up some. Obviously, you don't want to get your hand in the picture, but you just want to manipulate the paper to make it look like it's moving, each picture. And I use dinosaurs because my theme was End of the Dinosaurs. So I have a whole bunch of little fake dinosaurs here. Okay, I made some rocks out of clay, actually out of Play-Doh. They just have gotten hard and dried. So you really want to use something that's around your house. You can go out and buy little figurines if you want, or if you have little brothers or sisters and they have figurines, bugs, dinosaurs, little people. If you have Legos that are little people, I've seen some really cool things with Legos you can do. If you look at some more videos online, I know we looked at a few Lego videos, but if you look at some more Lego videos, you can see where they just lay their like base, and then you put your little Lego figurines. You can build buildings in the background. That's awesome. I think Legos is a really cool way that you can do stop motion. But those are some of your options. So you should start working on getting your sets acquired. So either designing your background like I did here, my sky with my meteorite. Start building props if you want to build a background out of paper mache. Start laying out your area where you're going to film it. If you want to have grassy areas or if you want to have water areas. You can even use construction paper for your grass or for your water. You don't have tablecloths laying around. And if you're going to use your green screen box that we gave you, you don't have to make this into a green screen. You can actually use this as, you say, your background image here. But like I said, you can do it as a square box. You can do it you can do it vertically, you can do it horizontally, or if you want, you can fold it up like that. If you want to paint this part a different color here, where my thumb's at, to show, like, say, rock. And then if you want to do this like a sky, or you can just do it all green screen and cast a green screen on it. I do want to go over a couple of different green screen options. Now, the app that we use, we have little iPads here at the IMAG that our students are using, and what I used is on the iPad, and that is the Mojave app. That's the Movavi app. And I don't know if it's going to be difficult for you to see on the iPad, but this is like the basic regular version. You can pay for the upgrade if you want, and that will allow you to use the green screen. But what you're going to do is you're just going to go in, essentially, you take your pictures. So if I were to go to my photos, you have your sequence of photos. So you have, hard to see, but You have your sequence of photos here, which I don't know if you can see better if I lay it on the table. The ring light's kind of bright, but basically you're going to take your photos here, and so then once you go to make a new film and you're in the Moavi app, you essentially just want to go to the upper left-hand corner of the screen. It'll say create with a little plus sign. You will press that, and then you're gonna, on the bottom down here, there's a little button, a little plus sign button, and you're gonna do select from photos. And so it's gonna take you to your photos, and you're gonna click your photos in the order that you want them to play in your film. So again, what you're gonna do, if you're using this app, upper left-hand corner, you're gonna, it'll ask you to create a new movie. Bottom plus sign here is gonna ask you to do photos or videos. You're gonna wanna do photos, because that's stop motion. And then it's gonna take you to your photos. It'll probably ask you for access to your photos. Once you get all the photos in there that you want, you're going to go in there. There's all these little icons down here. Actually right here. The most important one is going to be duration. Okay, so remember yesterday the guy talked about how many frames per second your film is. And so that's super important for making sure that your film has flow. If you do it super long duration, like a 5-second duration or a 4-second duration, even 3, and your film is only like 30 photos, it's gonna not look right. You'd have to do like 90 to 100 photos for that to really look correct and show fluid movement. Now, if you do a smaller frame per second or shorter frame per second, I did a 2.5 and a 3. The 2.5 looked a lot better. Then you can have less photos. I have about 60 photos. So it's just however many photos you want to take, however many movements you want to have, affects the fluidity of your stop motion film. Also, I think it's important that you guys make sure that you're doing your photo motion. I have mine just going left to right, and it's one of those little tabs down here, right here. So I took mine left to right. You can change it. You can do it as individual, and I believe you can also do it. You can have apply to all. Same with your duration. So you don't have to go through and sit and click each picture frame. You can slide a little tab that says apply to all, and it will apply to all of your photos. So that'll save you some time. That is using the Moavi app. Now for green screens, there are a couple of different options that are free. One of them is StickBot. You should be able to have that for iOS. Power Director is one that I found online. KinMaster is another one. So Power Director, KinMaster, iMovie's free. They have a green screen option as well. Duo Ink is not free, but I just typed in the best. I googled best green screen apps, and I got the top 5. WeVideo Movie and Video Editor are also free. ChromaVid, that's like Google Chrome Vid. That's free. And if you're having trouble finding an app to do your green screen, to capture green screen on, just Google. I just literally Googled best free green screen apps. So that's something you can do for that. Let's see. You're going to eventually want to do, which we're going to get into tomorrow. You're going to want to make, you're going to want to lay out your film, and you're going to want to detail each segment that you're going to do. So that's called storyboarding. We're going to talk about that when I see you guys tomorrow. We also are going to want to develop a plot. So like a script, you're going to want to develop a script so that you know where your story is going. You don't just want a bunch of random pieces moving around. You want to be able to tell a story with your stop motion movie. And so that's really important to have a script and a plan, because like I said, you don't want to just, like for me, the first time I made my movie, my dinosaurs just kind of moved around, and I was like, okay, this looks pretty stupid. So the second time, I actually sat there and wrote out a character plot and plotted out my storyline. frame by frame and looked at, okay, how can I make this story portrayable and interesting? So you want to make sure you're doing that as well. But again, we're just going to be working on with your teachers at home. You're going to be working on building your sets. So either you're going to paint or design, draw, make a background, or you're going to elect and make a green screen. You can do a green screen again with this box here, several different ways. You can have it like so. You can also use this for your set. You can have it as an actual like little box. You can do it vertically, horizontally. If you want, you can do a green screen on a larger scale. If you want to do something this size, you can make a green screen like this size. Or you can just design and paint or draw your own background of any size. Again, Legos too. Super cool and easy way to do this. And then on Friday, you will have the option to actually have your film broadcasted here at IMAG. So make sure that we are working diligently on this. And if you have any questions, please reach out to your teachers. Also, you can reach out to us here at IMAG, have your teachers reach out to us, and have fun with this. If you guys have any questions, maybe team up with each other, with your classmates. Text your classmates, FaceTime, Zoom your classmates, see what they're doing. Potentially, if you want to work, I know social distancing is in play, but if you wanted to get together with some of your classmates and do this collectively and design one big project, that would be cool. I don't see why you couldn't do that. Of course, you want to follow your teacher's directions. But have fun with this, guys, and keep working on it. Work on getting your backgrounds done today. And then tomorrow, we're going to work on your plot and storylines. So, again, thanks for joining. Let's see what we have here this afternoon. We have, at 11 o'clock, we have a live science show. That's going to be at 11 o'clock. Zoom call. You can zoom in to see the live science show. If you haven't seen one yet, they're pretty cool. Since we're not, the museum is open, but not at full capacity, it's cool that you guys have this opportunity to be able to see a show virtually. We also have an animal encounter at 2:30. Yep, 2:30 to 3. Another Zoom call if you want to tune into that. We will be Zooming our live animal show at 2:30, and at 11, we're going to have our live science show, which will be probably fire or some other kind of explosion. So tune into that. And thanks again, guys. Have a lovely day. Talk to you later. Bye.